Let's talk about printers. Printers and scanners are unique in that they really are not plug-and-play devices. There is some setup involved in them. Now here's where you do the setup: Start, Settings, Devices, Printers, and Scanners. So I'll go down here to Start, Settings, over to Devices, and then Printers and Scanners. And as you can see here, I can add printers or scanners. If I click on one of these printers, I can remove that printer, or I can manage how that printer works. So this is where I would set them up or remove them. But I do want to talk a little bit about how some of these printers can be connected. I can connect a printer locally. That is to say, in my case, I've got a computer out in the garage where I have an office. My wife has a computer in the bedroom that she uses, and they're on the same network. The computers talk to each other. But if I plug this printer directly into my computer, at that point I'm the only one that can use that printer. Once I install the driver, I can print to that printer. I can make it such that somebody else on the network, say my wife's computer, can print to that printer. As a matter of fact, let me open up my File Explorer here and go down to Network, and you'll see that I have a printer here. Well, we're going to talk about this in a little bit because this one, well, no, actually I can talk about this one now. This 8600 printer is actually a printer connected directly to my wife's computer. But I'm on my computer. Well, why can I see this? Because it has been shared. She has, on her computer, she has right-clicked, gone to Properties, and I can't see it here, but she has gone to the Sharing tab and shared that out. Actually, I probably did it. She doesn't do computers that much. And shared that out so that either of us can print to this device. So she can share it, just like we can share folders and other things across the network if we want to. Let's go back to printers again for a second. Oops, wrong button. Back to devices, and then printers and scanners. And you'll see here's that 8600, and then here's one. It's offline right now, but this one is actually attached directly to my computer. No, I take that back. This one is attached to the network. So we'll talk about that network attachment in a minute. But this one is attached directly to my wife's computer, and it's been shared so that I can now see that printer and use it. So that's a local printer. It can either be just local for a local use, or it can be shared such that the network can see it. A network printer then is not plugged directly into a computer. In the case that we were just looking at here, this printer, which is, I just moved it, so I haven't plugged it back in yet. But this particular printer is plugged directly into a switch. It's not plugged into a local computer. And it is a network printer. It has its own IP address, and because it has its own IP address, either my wife or I can print to this printer by using that IP address and connecting to that printer. So that's the case of a network printer. You can connect it via cable, which is in my case I have it connected via a cable. Most printers today you can also connect them by Wi-Fi, and they have to have their own IP address. Now, by the way, when I go to set these things up, if I say Add Printer, and it's gonna look for new printers, and right now it's not going to find one. So I'm just going to say the printer that I have wasn't listed because I want to show this interface. You can see that I have to give it a name right here, and you give it a name in this format: // // and then the name of the network, and then / and the name of the printer. Or I could, since it has its own IP address, if it's on the network, I could click this one and tell it the IP address of that particular printer. Or I can add a Bluetooth or a local printer by sharing that local printer. So you can see I have to have some information in order to find that printer if this thing can't find it. I can manually set that up. Alright, that's pretty much it for printers. We're going to take on a lot of stuff about storage in the next section. So we'll see you there.